Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 11th episode of Pugmire. I didn't have to correct myself in the last one post, so
I know.
I could have done that with this one. My last review for They Came From Beneath the Sea, there's a big speech bubble that says, I lost my train of thought, and it's just an abrupt cut. So, anyway, we're going to go around the table. I'm going to have some of my players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm playing Sheen.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Bernard.
I'm Mike. I'm playing Tagbard.
I'm Liam, and I play Tucker.
I'm Christine, and I normally play Vesper, but today I will be playing Bethany Mutt.
So, last time, the Riverwall District was attacked by several frothing demons. And after a very difficult battle, you had all noticed that Vesper had gone missing. After some investigation, you had found cages in the sewer systems, as well as a ramp that might have allowed those abominations to climb up. Trying to investigate, you went to the docks and discovered that several workers had vanished, or at least not come into work that day. As you heard some of the names, you were then confronted by Bethany, who is the sister of Samantha, and she wished to join you in your venture so that she could make sure that her sister is safe. You're still at the docks, contemplating on what to do next. What would you guys like to do?
I thought we were heading to Bethany's sister's house. I forget the name.
Oh, Samantha?
Samantha. There.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, I think that's what we were
Okay.
Mm.
doing.
So, traveling through the Riverwall District, you notice that there are several retrievers, many of them helping the officials move bodies and take care of the departed. As you get to one of the buildings, Bethany points it out as Samantha's home. The windows are broken and the door is ajar.
Go inside and see what's up.
The door swings open and you notice that the place is ramshacked. Tables thrown over, mirrors broken, pages of books torn apart, as if something came here for sheer destruction. You also notice that there are several muddy paw prints, though some of the paw prints look a little different and you're not sure how they are different. You can attempt a survival check, DC 12, only if you are proficient in survival.
Alright, I'll try. Nope. That's a
Survival is also what else besides proficiency?
Wisdom.
Wisdom, okay. So, I got
a
8.
19.
No. 18?
19.
19. Bethany, you notice that some of these footprints are smaller, but not just smaller, they're rat footprints. And as far as you know, frothing demons tend to infect dogs and cats, but you've never heard of a rat infected by the disease, or possessed by the unseen in this particular way.
We need to look at rats because of this. These footprints are different.
And Bernard,
Mhm.
Actually because of you, Bernard and Tucker. And it was a T, but I just could not get it. So Tucker and Bernard, you notice that this mud is similar in terms of consistency, color, and smell to the dirt you all brought up when you investigated the sewers earlier this day.
Looks like we might need to pay Whiskers another visit.
Where do the tracks come from the outside inside?
They go from the inside, or
So
from
they
outside.
start, okay.
Yeah.
They,
And then they're just everywhere.
yeah.
Is there any blood anywhere? on any of these objects that are strewn about, any of this destruction?
You will have to do a notice check. DC 12. Or investigation.
I definitely noticed shit. Got a 4.
10.
Notice or investigation, anyone?
Nope.
And that would be under intelligence, right?
Notice is wisdom.
Notice is wisdom. Okay, 14.
Okay. Tucker, you are confident that there is no blood here.
Curious.
So the tracks come in. Do we see where they leave out?
Yeah, same.
Can we try and follow
You can get to about just outside before they just
Too much traffic.
too much traffic to where they've been clearly overridden by everyone running around after the attack.
Does it look like anything is missing from the house?
Tucker is saying that there's nothing missing from the house based on his observations.
As in
Given
no
that
way
it's
seems
my
to
sister,
die.
would I know where she would keep her valuables? Anything hidden by chance?
We will say yes. You go upstairs where the bed is also torn to shreds, though they don't look like they've been torn by claws and hands. It looks like it's just been cut apart with weapons.
It almost seems like they're trying to make us think that this was, a robbery gone wrong.
And then you
Like,
slide
it's not
under.
too hard.
As you slide under, you pull the little case, and it is filled with her life savings of plastic.
Well, you said that Whiskers mentioned the sewers being cleared. Somebody else, Mr. Meow, mentioned that rats were following the retrievers when they came through the shop. So it sounds like there are some rats involved in all this.
Possibly.
We should either find Willard the rat or go back to Whiskers and see if he's more willing to explain himself.
We can do that.
I almost forgot that there was 2 Willards.
Right?
And
It
Willard.
seems like somebody's lying to us.
There's more going on here than we thought. I mean, clearly the retrievers are behind it, but it seems like either they have rat allies, which would be strange, or there's another group of rats that's involved somehow. I didn't know, though. Still, I'd say we'd revisit Whiskers and maybe stop by the old dog on the way, see if there are any messages.
Okay.
Is that on the way?
The old dog, we will say yes.
Okay.
So, Scarlet did send a message. She said that the guards have been...
Scarlet said the guards...
The guards have taken the retrievers up on their guarding, even though many don't approve of it. And actually the bulldogs, who are typically in charge of the guard, got overruled on this because there have been several attacks on outlying posts up north. And so the nobles wanted to investigate that to see if any lives were at risk, and that the Dobermans had pushed for the retrievers to gain some ground, since even if they are as evil as many say, the exact quote, she says, these people will suffer only minorly versus the dogs in the north who could end up dead because of these attacks.
Okay. Attacks by whom?
They don't know, that's why they're sending guards.
And retrievers.
North District or
Oh,
north
they're-
of
Like
the-
north of Pugmire, like
Okay.
outlying villages to the north have been
So resources are being redistributed to outside of Pugmire.
outside of Pugmire
Okay.
Okay.
to investigate if something big is coming.
And leaving the retrievers to pick up the slack.
Yes.
Okay.
It's curious that the city would allow the retrievers to pick up so much slack, considering how much damage they had done before their sudden turnaround.
Well, most of their damage had been, in all honesty, not that big. They'd been just pushing certain peoples out away from their home base. The supposed attack on a Royal Society member, which Terry, after the fact, did turn those members into the police dogs when he found out.
Yeah.
And the fact that they had been pushing this for a while and they had been doing nightly patrols before.
And most of their attacks have been against non-dogs. Combine that with Terry's willingness to sacrifice his own to the unseen, let alone to the guard. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Fair enough.
But we still have to figure out how the rats fit into this. And meanwhile, well, not meanwhile, but eventually, I think maybe local badgers and cats might think about organizing a watch of their own. If that's the thing now, if we're hiring citizens to act as militias, then why not?
Would everybody jump on the wagon?
Aye.
It's not unreasonable.
So, Bernard, Sheen, can you lead us back to Whisker's residence?
I wasn't the one with Whiskers. I was with you.
It's Tucker.
Ah, Tucker.
But I think
Didn't see you there.
our friend Willard will lead us back.
Ah, if he doesn't get cold paws.
So, you head back north, and you get to the door where Whiskers was.
Knock on the door.
As you knock on the door, you see the big rat. You again.
Aye, greetings.
Where's your cheat?
Cheat.
He's, probably off cheating somebody else. We need to speak with Whiskers, though.
Lots of people need to talk to Whiskers. What makes you so special?
Well, we just had a spot of bother with a few frothing demons. I don't know
So
if you
has the whole
noticed.
city.
Aye. And there are reports of rats being involved. Now, I know Whiskers is an upstanding citizen. He certainly wouldn't have anything to do with rats in league with the retrievers, so I figure he'd be very interested in tracking down this group and seeing what their end game is. Can I roll a persuade check?
Yes.
Okay. That's 11. Oh, I get the advantage. That's right. Ah, much better. 22.
Okay. Let me go talk to him.
Thank you.
Door closes in your face as wait a few moments, and then the rat comes out. Whiskers will talk to you for a bit. Don't expect much. He's busy.
Much obliged.
So many more dogs. What can I do for you?
You mentioned to my friends here that the sewers had been cleared by the retrievers a few weeks or so ago. We figured out why. We found cages down there.
Nice.
Cages and ramps that look to have allowed the frothing demons to be smuggled into the city and then released. We've also had reports from Mr. Meow that after the retrievers would go by various shops, a group of rats would be following them. And we found rat tracks in the trash department of a dock worker. Now, the way I see it, you either know exactly what's going on, or you'd very much like to find out.
What a strangely insinuation that I know all the dealings of our rats.
Oh,
Or at least want to know all of them. But,
I certainly didn't mean to imply that.
well,
You're either
perhaps you should pick your words better. As you see two of the guys, like, on either side of you.
What I meant to say is you're either directly involved with this group of rats that is somehow associated with the
roll
retrievers.
notice right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
All of us or just him?
All of you.
18.
Okay.
I know there's something.
17.
16.
12.
7.
So everyone but Tucker notices that you're either involved with these rats was the wrong fucking thing to say, as you just see this look that is death.
Or you're not. And since you're clearly very, very, very angry about that insinuation, my second guess was that you would be interested in their goings-on. Not because they're rats, but because they might give you a bad name.
I suspect who they are, but I have no proof.
Well, we would be more than willing to help you out, be an unassociated party to confirm or deny your suspicions.
Very well. I suggest going down to the sewers. I doubt the retrievers cleared even a third of it. The sewers are rather labyrinthian, to say the least.
The Retriever's a very big organization. How would we have a better chance than them?
I have faith in you. You're not there to clear everything, only to find what you're looking for.
And what is that exactly?
Good question. And I'm not entirely sure. And I don't want to speak before my suspicions are confirmed, as they give us a very bad name.
Like the Retrievers do to dogs, trust me.
Worse in so many regards.
Well, even if they're not involved, it'd still be nice to know what we're getting ourselves into.
They are a group of fanatics.
Really?
They are attempting to become man themselves.
The Ramarok?
No.
No. I don't even know what that is. If that's one of their new names, then perhaps.
It's good news that you don't.
The Ramaraks are horned, crocodile-like beasts that were experimenting on other animals.
They're trying
it seems that they've come to similar conclusions, which is concerning, as there may be a kernel of truth in that insane ideology. Then.
Well, whatever they did, it was working. Are they creating zombies? Things with metal bits on them that...
I don't know that much. All I know is that they bleach a part of their fur to be purely white.
Now,
And
All of them?
yes, somewhere on their body.
Is it normally visible, or do they normally keep it hidden?
They keep it hidden to make sure that those of us, especially the monarchs, who know very much of them as they are more active over there.
monarchs.
Yes. This organization is apolitical. It doesn't understand, nor does it care about political borders.
Now, why would they be working with or for the Retrievers when they're so overtly anti-rat?
Good question. I don't have any good answers, but I suspect it's plausible deniability to work with something like this, given all their other overt actions against my people. But I can tell you that if you are facing this particular organization, that they do use minor wonders, not to the same ability as men created, but still terrible in its own right.
Unseen?
No. The unseen, it's so cute that you dogs see unseen everywhere, but that's so simple. It's more like that they have access to strange powers because they unlocked something.
And do they have a name?
Yes. They are called the Cult of Labo Tor.
We need to be on the lookout, very careful.
Aye.
They sound dangerous.
They are.
Well, we've dealt with minor wonders before.
Well,
Didn't one of your members go missing, though?
they do like to kidnap.
Vesper? I thought the Gorham Retrievers took her. Thank you very much, Whiskers. Believe it or not, we are on your side.
To talk too much. Get out of my office and bring back something useful.
Aye.
Thank you for your time.
So you guys are gently pushed out of Whisker's abode and back on the streets. So you are now on the streets, and we'll have to figure it out from there.
Well, we know where some sewer entrances are at, so...
Do we want to revisit the Royal Society and pick up the flashlight?
Yes.
Did he actually take the flashlight back, or I thought?
Yeah, he took the flashlight back.
All right.
Aye.
I don't think we can take the flashlight though.
This is they lend things out for important missions and whatnot, and I think this qualifies.
But we're not officially working for the Royal Society.
Not with respect to the Retrievers. This is different. This is a new target. We've figured out what may have caused this outbreak of frothing demons. And if they're anything like the Ramiraks, we're going to want that flashlight.
If you can convince him to.
Oh, I can. Just you watch.
Famous last words.
Okay.
Royal Society.
So you guys start heading back to the Royal Society as you see Willard getting pushed out as he goes, "Please, just one more game." Absolutely not.
Well, are your luck run out?
Oh, for now. They said that they would be willing to host me again tomorrow. With their own cards. Very well.
You know, if you cheat less often, they'll be less likely to notice and you can make more money over the long term.
My dear boy, I do not cheat.
Okay, hypothetically speaking, if somebody were to stack a deck, it would be more in their long-term best interest to lose a couple of hands every now and then, to keep playing.
I lost plenty of hands. It is only that man graced me with the large pots.
Right. Well, you'll get the hang of it soon. Don't worry. Where's Fritz?
I believe he's still in there. Good day.
Man be with ye.
He always is. So you go in as you see Fritz just sitting back, trying to relax a bit.
Fritz!
Gentlemen, who's this? So he looks at Bethany.
Oh, this is Bethany. She's been helping us investigate the outbreak of frothing demons.
You were there then?
Aye.
Yes, I was there. I saw the tail end of the attack. I have no idea.
Unseen in the city proper.
Aye. We found cages in the sewers. Cages that had been opened by a rope contraption and ramps leading out of the sewers into the streets.
Really?
We think they were brought here. We think the attack was staged.
It's hard to believe anyone would do that, but I believe you.
We're gonna go in and investigate, see what might be down there. But the last time we faced something like this was the Ramaraks. So we came here to see if the society is willing to lend out any of the artifacts of man to help us.
Well, we can see, since you're dealing with Unseen, we can get you your flashlight back.
Excellent.
But everything's on, the Royal Society's unfortunately sending many up north to deal with these village disappearances.
Whole villages are disappearing?
They're small. Usually only about 5 or 6 people in the village, or maybe 2 or 3 families. So, yeah, small villages, just homes outside of the city proper.
Have there been any witnesses?
No.
We already knew about this.
Aye, but this is a different source.
What, you doubted that the police dogs were leaving to take care of the northern?
No, I just thought he might have more information.
That's all I know. That's all they're trying to figure out.
One crisis at a time. The flashlight will be very helpful. Thank you.
Should you guys get some silver weapons if we're going to be dealing with more of the unseen, or
If there are any silver
We
weapons.
can. We do have some. We're speculating that they're monsters. The Unseen, we have a couple out there, but the biggest thing is we're assuming monsters. So we can get you 2 silver blades.
What size blade?
And get you this as it's a great sword. And we have this as it's a short sword.
Alright, I can use that.
Thank you. Here, I'll leave my father's claymore with you. I'm already loaded down.
Okay.
Well, because I've got the Badger Greatsword and the Claymore.
Okay, got it.
I don't have too many.
Three Greatswords running around with?
Uh-huh.
Where else am
Has
I going
two.
to keep it?
Well, has two. You have to one-up them.
It's true.
I just don't want to carry it around with me, and I don't have...
one. One through down the side. Normally.
I mean, I suppose. Never mind. Here, give it here. Yeah, I'll have one crosswise, and then two
Okay.
crossed on my back, and then one, yeah.
And then you can
Further
go,
flat.
one piece and have one in each hand and one in your mouth.
As soon as the shepherd figures out how to make man make me bigger, then yeah, grow size of a badger maybe, or that
Badgers are human sized.
lion bear thing, or
Dog sized.
I'll have to ask about that.
giant Ramaraks. Yeah, I'll look into it. That'd be
You can
fun.
just tie one to your tail. You know.
I'm a terrier.
I'm disappointed tail blades aren't a thing now.
The tail is mostly for decoration, Cat.
I'm just saying, it would be pretty cool.
I wouldn't know the first thing to do with that. I can't do all
Tie
those
your tail.
curly cues and question marks and weirdness that y'all do.
I get it. Your dog tail's not as good as a cat tail.
Like I said, it's decoration.
So's your cat tail, even though you're not here, Vesper.
Hey, he started it.
Drop.
She's got a point.
Alright. So, you guys get that? The flashlight.
What are the specs on the silver sword? Is it just
It's
silver?
the exact same thing. It's just that it's silver.
It's not, doesn't have a +1 or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
The more important thing is it doesn't have a -1.
It doesn't have a mind. Yeah.
It doesn't do half damage.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, no. In
silver-
3.5, it was -1 for silver weapons. So you needed a +1 magic silver sword to be able to hit normally.
Alright.
Because 3.5 had rules for everything.
Who needs 3 swords?
Still the best errata. The grappling ones.
Yeah, that one was really good. Anyway.
Oh.
North or south?
Well, let's start at the north.
So you go to the north one,
Mm-hmm.
and you are confronted by the labyrinthian sort of systems. Since you're in the initial room, that is about 30 by 60 feet.
Give me a sec.
Okay. Now, how do we want to do this? A lizard I once met on a caravan talked about mazes they would have where if you always keep a wall to your right, you can't get lost.
You said 30 by 60?
Yeah.
Where are the entrances?
There are 2 entrances. There's one to the north, one to the south, and one to the east.
And we came in through the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's head north.
We're already at the northern end. If they released it north and south, they're probably closer to the center. So if we head north, we'll be clearing our backs at least. Not a bad idea.
Just taking a direction.
Alright, so if you head north, you travel for about 60, 70 feet before it bends to the west, northwesterly direction. You get to a point where it's still going, but you notice that there's a slight split along the wall, likely where the bricks are slightly pushed down. This weight likely comes from the district wall overhead.
This leads right out of the city.
This
No,
would
out of
district.
this district.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of the district.
And Riverwall is on the eastern side?
It is on the eastern side.
Yes.
So this would be leading into...
The northern district. But no, now we should turn back.
Good to know about, though. I wonder if these go under the palace.
Probably. Unless they don't use toilets in the palace.
I'm sure those rich dogs need somewhere to go to...
Well,
Get
this
the
is where
drawers on.
people throw their sewage basically into the streets, and it runs into the grates. So this place is actually partially lit because as you walk, there are grates about 20 or 10 to 15 feet above you, with some light that comes through, and so there are splashes of water that come down and ooze down the sides of the walls. This is also used for flood protection.
Great. Hope we're not expecting any storms. Right?
You don't have to be worried about fatbergs.
True.
So,
Way to look on the bright side.
clear the eastern one next.
Yeah.
Alright. As you go along the eastern path, that path goes about 30 feet before bending sharply directly south. As you see some grates, as well as some pipes coming in from directly above you.
And throughout this time, as we're walking along, are we hearing anything? Like any noises at all outside of what we're making?
There are occasionally rodents that run by.
Like actual rodents, not
Yeah,
like...
that's so rats are the people, rodents are the animal. Just like how cats are the people, but felines are the animal.
Okay, that's what I figured, just to
Yep.
make sure.
So that is that's the distinction.
So do dogs
Okay.
keep felines?
Dogs will sometimes keep felines, but dogs will also keep canines.
Yes, I know that one. I'm just wondering.
Yes.
Kinky. Very kinky. Is the Pioneers Guild where the Royal Society is? Or is that different?
That is the Royal Society's.
Okay. Huh. Husky Street Gym.
What is that?
Okay.
Okay.
Pipes, like
small pipes about maybe 4 or 5 inches in diameter. Probably some basics like flood mitigation, since this whole place is next to a river.
yeah.
People probably have holes in the bottom of their houses to help dump the water down into the sewer system.
Who's got the flashlight?
I think I have a torch.
No, the Royal Society one.
Flashlight.
The plastic torch? What are we calling it?
The
Magical light?
the magical
Thingy.
light, yeah.
Artifact.
Son of man. Maybe you can carry it. It's
fine.
man.
But I guess we head south down the
Yeah.
tunnel.
Doesn't make a difference to me.
We probably don't need it yet, but we'll want to start flickering for traps when we get closer.
All right. So, with that, when it sharply turns south, that path goes for about another, I would say, 30 feet before you get to a T where one is going east and the other is going west.
East one will bring us to the river.
Let's try the west one to make sure it loops back.
There is a path that goes south, and beyond that by another 5 or 10 feet it goes north. Another angle goes up north, and then it continues on west as well.
Okay.
I'm assuming it doesn't make it like actual cross intersection.
No,
Okay.
it's just slightly off.
But I'm guessing that northern passage will take us back to where we got in here.
Yep. Well, let's head south at that intersection, essentially.
Okay, that southward travel goes on for a very long time. You guys go on for almost half a mile before there's another branch that goes east. You are putting together, since you are mapping, that this tracks remarkably with one of the roads in the district proper, and that you're getting close to Grey Sauk, Souq.
Souk?
Souk.
That's how you spell
Grey Hawk.
Grey Sauk. Yeah, closer to the docks.
Okay.
Oh, it makes sense if it's got storm drains and whatnot.
Yeah. And that's where it starts to darken up as well, as there are no real grates at this point, since there are no buildings nor things like that. It's mostly dirt here.
Alright.
Hold up the number of fingers for your modifier for your intelligence mods. Okay, so Bethany, Sheen, and Bernard are starting to suspect that what they're looking for is not at this grate. It's likely down south.
Guys, I don't think we're in the right place.
Yeah. Well, let's try the next grate.
Should we try to... So we should leave and go to the southern one as opposed to seeing if it connects?
Yeah.
It will connect.
Yes.
You just gotta go through an entire labyrinth of sewers to get there.
Fair.
I mean, unless you already have a pre-made map of the sewers.
Which I was gonna ask Whiskers for, but he didn't seem terribly cooperative.
And whose fault is that?
I don't know, must be the fast talker, the charming one. I'm sure he wouldn't have given us the time of day otherwise.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
I mean,
We head to the south grate.
Okay, so one sec.
Above ground.
Above ground, yes, I gathered. Alright, one sec. So, you get to the south, and you track down. You see the cages still there, just, looking slightly more decrepit, as they weren't built that well to begin with, and there was likely quite a bit of wear and tear on them. given their cargo.
Shine the light on the cages.
Okay.
So you shine the light on the cages, and you see like these odd paw prints on them, likely from the unseen that were in them.
Well, that confirms it at least. And we might be able to use these to track them later. Use the light, that is.
Okay.
If it shows where the unseen have stepped.
Oh, does it?
It does
Shine
not.
on the ground.
Excuse me.
Alright.
Alright. So, this room has also 3 exits. It is 30 by 60. There are 2 northern exits, one on each corner that go directly north as far as you can see. And then on the easternmost southern wall, there is a path that goes directly south.
We will take the northwest door.
Or, path, you mean?
Yeah.
That moves north before abruptly turning directly west. You see another room up ahead. The room, once you get there, is 30 by 30. On the furthest west wall, going directly south, there is another path.
Anything else in this room?
No, this is a place that has some water around. It's clearly here to collect a lot of extra drain water and just have it pool here so that the streets don't flood during particularly heavy rainstorms. And it does absorb some of the... there's a lot of rooms like this. They absorb a lot of the rainwater when the river starts to flood out from the rainy season.
Okay.
Is there any, junk stuff?
Yeah, there's
detritus?
Yeah, exactly. A potent or a pungent odor. Excuse me. You know, that kind of fun stuff.
Dogs enjoy
Getting
this.
footprints using the flashlight down this path or in this room.
Sure. Try to.
Scan. Flicker.
So you start scanning around. You see that there are nothing.
Alright. We'll head down the south path.
The party continues to explore the labyrinthian sewer system until they begin to move in a northwesterly direction. They stop as something seems to approach. Sheen, Tagbard, and Bethany. You hear something. A scurrying noise. It sounds similar to the rodents you had seen before, but it sounds larger.
Sheen, light. There's something out there.
Light.
The light is not picking up anything unseen, or at least invisible.
What direction was it in?
You notice that it is to the north. It's on the northwesterly path.
Oh, that settles it.
We can continue northwest.
I
Okay.
think we need to have our weapons at the ready if we don't already.
Mm-hmm. I think probably stick with the Badger Greatsword.
Okay.
No, I'll have the Silver Greatsword. Might as well use it.
Okay.
If I break it, they can bill me.
As you move forward, you see a rodent. It is hairless. It is the size of a canine with no eyes. It has an elongated snout filled with razor-sharp teeth and strange tubes and metal pieces lying along it. You see it with a strange metal contraption around the nose with a metallic sniffing noise as it looks up towards you, and it gives a horrifying shriek. Roll for initiative, please.
Great, this again.
Rufus, that's what we're calling this thing, guys.
Rufus.
Oh, you heard the lady?
Okay. Tagbard, you get to go first.
All right. I am
What'd you get?
chopping it in half.
You got 19.
Lengthwise.
Okay.
Ugh. 8.
Nate does not hit. Bernard?
I will shoot it.
Alright, shoot.
10?
No. Sheen.
Okay, I'm going to start chanting, and he needs to make a Constitution saving throw DC 13.
DC 13. He makes it.
Okay. Well, then I don't do any. Well, now he's glowing.
So now you have this horrifying naked rat monster covered in tubes and wires and plates.
But now it's very well defined.
Yes, as it glows about, as it looks like a holy abomination. Bethany.
I'm gonna try to stab it.
Okay.
Does 24 hit?
Yes, it does.
God, I hope so. And that's gonna be a whopping 4 points of damage.
All right.
Good shot.
Tucker.
Alright, I'm gonna attack with my axe. Alright, I got 18.
Okay, that hits.
Ooh, 13 damage.
That rat is dead. Or that rodent is dead.
Rufus is dead.
Tucker. Rufus is now Rufus Walsus and Florus, too.
I believe the plural of how many pieces is Rufus's. You had
I'd like
moved...
to look at before we leave this area, I'd like to look at the tubes and wires and whatnot coming out of that.
Okay.
Just to see, and there's the thing on us now, I just like to see what that is.
Okay.
Perhaps.
They're these strange metallic things. As I said, they give off little sparks now that Rufus is dead.
Is any of it plastic, or is it all metal?
It's metal with the wires wrapped in a very thin coating of plastic. These wires are sparking almost through it because they bend and break. The coating breaks very easily.
We should take at least one of the pieces back to compare it to what the rammer axe were using.
We should also shine the flashlight at it to see if there's anything unseen about it.
Sure.
Alright.
Detective mode.
You click, and there's nothing unseen about it.
Oh. Well, that's good to know.
Well, that's at least
So we
something.
take the snout thing.
I mean, if you guys want to.
So you take the snout thing.
And then we continue northwest.
Continuing to move around, the group finally starts heading east, deciding to follow the sewers along the river. Moving along, they come across several more of the small 30-foot by 30-foot chambers filled with water and refuse. As they continue along, they begin to grow frustrated as the area continues to become more confusing and their journey continues to drag on.
I still think it'll be closer to the center of town, but we can check them out.
I mean, if you want to go back to the northwest tunnel.
Let's see what's in these rooms, and then if there's still nothing.
So which one would you like to hit first?
We'll try the east one first.
You go to the east one first. It opens up. There is one on the southernmost wall. It's southeasternmost wall. It's directly in line with the previous room you were in. And that looks like it continues for... It has...
Southeastern wall that heads east, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Southeast wall that heads directly east. You follow that for 30 feet. And it tees again. 30 feet. There is a direct south path and a direct east path. The direct east path opens up into a larger room. This one looks larger and it looks different from the previous ones, as you do see bits of glass and things like that littering the floor.
Oh, this is further east?
Yes, the furthest east one.
Let's
You
check
might
that
have
one.
been onto something.
So, you enter the room and you see that it's abandoned. There are partially broken tables. You see instruments of metal for cutting, spatters of dried blood, as well as chunks of metal, similar wires, and tanks that are about 2 feet tall with a diameter of about a foot, with rodents in it who are growing with naked patches on them with their eyes slowly sealing up. These ones in these tanks appear to be dead, and they are disconnected from something, as you can see that they have grooves on the bottoms that hook into things. On the furthest western wall, going directly north, there is a path out of this room. It is the only path out of this room except by the path that you came by.
Hunter, I stand corrected. You got good instincts.
Northern.
So there's a path directly north that is on the furthest west.
Okay. Just maybe.
Yep.
All right.
The room is about 30 by 60 feet.
So we're gonna check it out with the flashlight.
Okay. You start flashing around. No unseen presence.
Gonna head north.
It's like they're using... No, I'd like to look around the room specifically for anything...
Okay, I will roll.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Something that might be useful against these things.
Okay.
Whatever that might be.
You look around. It looks like whatever was in this room has been mostly taken. Minus some rusted instruments. You see a saw that has rust along the sides of it.
Oh. I don't think that'll be any more useful than a sword.
Correct.
It's weird. It's like they're using the gizmos and gadgets that the Ramaraks were using, but without the magic.
Or we just haven't seen the magic yet.
Oh. Here's hoping.
Indeed.
All right.
North?
Yep. North.
The group continues on and begin to find themselves going north. It is here that they come across another room as the hallway bends, and they hear and see something.
You see that there is another large room, and you hear the horrible snapping that you had heard before, but more of it, and the scurrying. And we will get to that in 1 sec. These things... You see the things coming to the door. They see you. There's 2 that are very similar to the ones before. There is another that is larger and has 2 crossbows attached to its face.
So we're going with Nim and Board combined.
Yes. So, what I need from you...
on its head.
What I need is a humble little initiative roll.
Alright, you bucktooth bastards.
The first rodent rushes. Who's in the front? Who was leading? You were leading, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
And who else?
I'll be right
Alright.
behind him.
So, one of them is jumping at you. Does a 13 hit.
No.
Alright. The next one's going to go after Bernard.
All right.
No, that definitely doesn't hit. That's an 11.
Yeah.
And finally, the big one. 2 crossbow bolts just shoot out of its face directly at Tagbard. And you hear a and 2 more
Oh, I need
form
me.
out.
I need me one of those.
Does a... No, that definitely hits, okay. I guarantee, because that's 15 before I add the modifier.
Okay, I mean my AC 16. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has more than a +1. Yeah. It's a challenge rating 2 monster, of course.
Does it get just the 1 attack for both, or 2 attacks?
It gets 2 attacks. I
Okay.
just want to roll damage first for the sake of my sanity.
D10 per cross. Is it heavy or light?
It's a light, so it's a D8.
Okay.
So that's 5 damage on the first one.
Awesome. That hurt a little bit, I bet.
Ah!
And he rolled the same thing this time. So that's 9.
Oof.
Bethany.
How close is the big one?
The big one is still about 30 feet away. And you're
Okay.
behind them, so it'd be 35 feet away.
And I can't make that in one go.
Correct.
Okay. I will stab the one closest to Tagbard then.
Alright.
And I have, this probably does an 11 hit.
11 does not hit.
Yeah.
Sheen.
Okay,
I guarantee he probably needs some healing.
Are you feeling and looking a little bad?
Pretty much exactly 50%. I'm half dead.
That's a negative.
There's a bolt in my shoulder, and then another one that's probably like somewhere in the liver. I don't know.
Okay, I guess I'll do some chanting. And... yeah.
Make me a bit less holy, shepherd.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's 6.
Every little bit.
Show me that man cares. Yeah. Tucker?
Sorry. How far away is the giant one from me?
Also 35, because they're
35.
the closest at 30.
Okay.
So, because they were the ones in front, remember?
Okay.
So
I would probably attack one of the little ones then first. In
Yes.
that case.
correct.
Oh, lame. I got an 8.
That does not hit. Tagbard?
Okay, I'm gonna swing at the one right in front of me.
Good call.
Oh, that's a 1.
Alright, roll again. Tell me if it's a 10 or lower. Or less than 10, I should say.
It is less than 10.
Alright. You swing, you miss, and... Okay. You hit, and the tip of the silver blade just flings off.
Oh, that's not gonna be cheap.
Bernard?
Gonna stab the... Has the rat that's been attacking him even been hit?
No, neither have been hit.
Gonna attack the rat directly in front of me then.
There's been nothing but whips.
21.
That hits. Coming in with the clincher, I guess.
9 points of damage.
Alright, that rat looks really bad. It's shaking, it's shaky. You see some sparks coming off of some of the metal plates and the wires in its flesh. So, the rat on you, Tagbard, is going to attack. He misses. The rat on you, Bernard,
Alright.
is going to ferociously bite. That is a triumphant. And so we need these. 6 damage.
Alright.
And the super is just going to fire a crossbow, one at you and one at you.
Alright.
So first at Tagbard. That misses. As it just zings by your head. Your ear kind of flops a little bit. And the one at Bernard, I'm pretty sure that misses. That is a 12.
Yes.
Alright.
Nice
Bethany.
try.
I'm gonna try to stab him again. The one that's really, causing us a lot of issue.
That's fair.
I'm gonna go out on the limb and say a 13 doesn't hit.
It does not.
I'm a little like shit.
Sheen.
You're looking a little better then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
no, that it definitely helped.
We'll do the chanting, and so was that rat closest to...
So the one hit by Bernard is the most damaged.
I'll go with that one. They have to Constitution check.
Okay.
Difficulty 13.
13. They failed.
Okay, so they take, what's that, 2 points of damage?
That rat is dead. It is a glowing corpse.
Praise man.
Tucker?
Okay. I'll attack the same one.
Well,
Worse than last time.
okay. Tagbard?
I guess since the one in front of me is dead,
Or
right?
the one in front of Tucker's dead. I'm sorry, I mixed them up. So
Oh, okay.
Same one on Tucker.
One
Yeah.
in front of Bernard.
Bernard, yeah.
I will swing on the one that's still in front of me.
Swing.
For real? 12?
No. Bernard?
Alright. Swing at the one on tag. 11?
11 misses. So the one on Tagbard is going to bite at him. That is a 19, and that's 3 damage.
Bite me.
And the big one is going to fire one at Tagbard, and one at Tucker. So the first one on Tagbard, that hits, and that's 9 damage.
Jesus.
And the one on, what's your armor class?
18.
That hits, and that's max damage, so that's 12.
Alright.
Bethany.
I'm gonna hit the one that's right by us still.
Okay.
See if I can actually hit it this time. Oh, that's a 19, so that would be 24.
That hits.
Oh my god. Okay. And that's gonna do 6 points of damage.
Alright. That rat is looking a little weary. Sheen?
Yeah, that one pierced the lung.
Are you looking bad again?
He's looking real bad.
Okay.
If
Are you looking a little rough around the edges?
I'll try to do better. That's 8.
Much better. Tucker?
Alright. I'm gonna attack again.
Alright. Attack again.
Come on, work with me. Ooh, God. How is it doing that every time?
no.
Natural 1 this time.
Roll.
Yeah.
Roll. Tell me if it's a...
Oh,
Much better.
What did you roll?
60.
He rolled
This-
a 1 and then a 16.
So it just means that you swung wildly,
Yeah.
missed spectacularly, but nothing extra bad happens.
Yeah, because it started with 3, then 2, and then 1.
Okay. Maybe it'll wrap around and next one will be a 20. Alright.
Hopefully.
Tagbard?
Alright, since everybody else has this guy, I'm gonna charge the super rat.
Alright, you will be running... you'll have to do a disengage.
Okay.
Because there's the rat still right in front of you, so you'll open yourself up to an attack, and you won't be able to attack the super rat if you do that.
Can I just
You can
take
just run
the
by
atta-
him.
Yeah, can
you
I take
just-
the attack of opportunity
Yeah,
and
you
still
can.
attack the super rat?
So he's going to take that. That hits.
Great.
It's a 19 before modification.
Oof.
And that is 6 damage.
Okay.
Alright. You can make an attack.
Alright, here. You drop these. Looks like you want to play fetch. Oh, finally. 20.
Alright. Not natural, I'm guessing?
No, total.
Okay. Yep. That's damage. 11?
13 damage.
Oh, 13.
Yeah.
Nice. The big one is still up, but it is looking not great. Bethany? Bernard.
Gonna stab the one in front of us. Does a 12 hit?
It does not.
Okay.
So, the one in front of you is going to attack... Who's the last person who hit it? I think it was Bethany.
Bethany.
Yeah, so it's going to attack Bethany. That
Not yet.
hits. That hits. That's
Let's not.
5 damage.
Okay. Not great, but I can do that.
The big one is going to bite at Tagbard as it opens up, and you notice that all of its teeth are metal. That hits. It's a little less, though. But not by much, apparently, with that roll. 9. As it gets its fangs right into your shin. And as it shakes, it's going to shoot with the disadvantage with its extra action directly at, we'll say Tucker, so it has the disadvantage. I rolled an 18 and a 19.
Yeah, you just hit me.
Well, that's without bonuses. That's just the straight roll. And that is 10.
Down.
Bethany, it is yours.
Am I still engaged with the little rat?
Yes.
The one, yeah, okay. I'm gonna try to stab him.
Okay.
That is, will a 20 hit?
Yes.
Okay. And that's gonna do 9 points of damage.
That rodent is down and dead.
Alright.
Coming in clutch.
Sheen?
Okay, then. I'm gonna do some chancing. Spare the dying on Tucker. So
Okay.
you have 1 stamina point, and you can roll stamina dice if you have any.
Yep.
Which he does. So you can roll your stamina dice to heal and add. So,
I'll roll both my stamina dice.
probably a good call.
So 8 and 9.
So, it's pretty good.
So that would equal out to be 17. Do I add Constitution as well?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
For both, so double your Constitution mod. Tucker?
Alright, now I can actually So that one is still alive then, right?
The other rat is
No,
dead.
they're
The big one is up.
Okay.
Still up. And you'll have to spend half your movement action to get up because you were knocked down.
Okay.
So you can move 15 feet.
All right.
And so you're running there, but you don't get
Yeah,
far.
that'll have to do then for now.
Tagbard.
Swing again. Go down fighting. 19.
That hits.
Come on, show me the plastic. 11 points of damage.
The giant rat goes down.
Crossbow-eared freak. Shepherd,
Alright.
you got any left? Oh, do you need me to...
Could you give me a pep speak?
Yeah.
Got any healing left? Got any pep talks left?
Man,
Fantastic.
man's cup runneth over. Even when you think you're down, never lets go of you.
Okay, so first we'll do down.
You can roll a d6 as well.
a d6 as well.
Yeah, each time I do that.
Okay. All right then. And now, that is 11
Whew.
for you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Metal teeth. Ah.
Automatic
Oh,
crossbows.
I need to, yeah, we should grab those. And I also want to grab the tip of silver that broke off.
All right.
And put it in my pouch.
Okay. You do that.
And then I'm gonna put the silver greatsword away and pull out the badger greatsword because it doesn't seem to be particularly necessary.
And so you go into the room you see like little cages with those naked creatures there. They have no eyes. It seems like they've created something that breeds true from regular rodents, or at least hyper-evolved them, as Bernard remembers tales of blind rodents in Tombs of Man. It seems that these cult members have been able to recreate this.
How was it such a good shot? No eyes. Is it shooting my sense of smell?
Probably. As you hear this squeaks and you see this pit of writhing naked flesh almost. Of various infant rodents crawling on each other. It looks like there are some of the blind ones mixed with regular ones, as the blind ones are significantly bigger. And in fits of hunger, they seem to eat the little ones.
Did anyone bring any lamp oil?
Are we going to light them on fire? Because I am 100% all about burning it to the ground.
Can we keep her?
Oh, even better! Pet!
Bethany? No. God. Vesper's
No,
not even here.
In all seriousness, though, we should probably kill all of these things.
I agree.
Didn't we decide
What
earlier
other
that we had
exits
lamp
or
oil?
entrances?
So when you get into the room, there's only one exit, and it is directly across from you, and it goes directly north. You are both on the both of these are on the furthest western wall. The room is 30 by 60 feet.
Okay.
And
Yeah, we brought a whole bunch of lamp oil to the creepy forest.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't.
we'd still have oil for the torches and stuff.
Yeah. But we should probably wait
Yes.
to light it up until we're on our way out.
I do agree with that.
Or set some kind of a timer. Candle, string. Like if you, how is it? Like if you tie a knot around a candle, then it'll burn down and then the candle will burn through the string once it's below the knot. And then it'll let go and then the thing will fall, the torch will fall into the pit and not the lamp oil.
We will head north.
and you will head north next time.
Okay.
So we are off next week. So thank you to everyone who listened, and we will see you again soon. All right, bye.